Hi, my name is David Popko. I'm at the UCR Student Recreation Center. This is July 20th, 2016. And this is our training video. I'm going to demonstrate how to use the Concept 2 rower and give an overview of the rower itself, using the rower, and then also cleaning the rower. Rower. Okay, so the rower itself has a center area where it can be broken down into two parts for storage. The monorail here and the front end here can be separated by a latch, lifting up on the latch while holding onto the straps and then separating the two sides. Okay, and then one side can be rolled and the other side can be rolled and they can be placed together. And then to put them back, there's a metal bar in here. Slide in the metal bar over the hook and make sure that the latch is secure. Okay, so that's once we've got that set up, let me take you through various parts of the rowing machine. We've got our seats. We have a monorail. We're going to slide up and down. We have our flex feet. Okay, this is where we'll strap in. We've got our handle and hook. And we want to, when we store it, we want to have the handle all the way at the end so that when we're ready, we'll actually bring it out to the hook. Up top here is a performance monitor. It'll give us workout numbers that I'll talk about in a second. On the front here is the damper setting. That changes resistance in the rower. There's settings from 1 to 10. If I was a beginner rower, I would start them at about 3. Okay, so I'm going to set this up for me. I'm going to make sure first that I've got the handle properly on the hook. And I'm going to put my feet, loosen up the straps and put my feet in the flex foot. I'm going to make sure that the strap is over the balls of my feet, which is already set up for me at level 5. So I'm going to do that for both feet, and I'll be nice and secure on the footholds. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a warm-up drill first. Okay, this is going to be just with arms. But before I start that, let me just kind of demonstrate without the handle. Okay, if I was rowing here, I'd be extending my legs and bringing my arms in, extending my arms and bringing my legs in. That's kind of your basic row. So let's go ahead and start with just the arms. So I'm going to come forward, grab the handles, make sure I have a loose but complete grip of the hands around the handle, and then I'm going to come with my legs straight. And I'm going to start with my back at 11 o'clock, and so slightly sway back, and I'm going to keep it there and just let the arms straighten and bend, straighten and bend. Now my finish, which is where this is, I'm going to be about mid-torso. Sometimes you'll see people up high or down low, so I'm going to be right in the middle, and I'm simply going to straighten and bend the arms with the correct posture. Okay, the monitor is now on, okay, and I'm going to adjust the monitor later, but it'll keep track of time and pace and strokes per minute at the basic level. So arms only, started with what we call pick drill, trying to keep the right body alignment, slightly sway back, and then I just try to continuous motion with the hands. So the hands are never stopping. Okay, and I'm not pounding into my chest, which sometimes I do. I gotta kind of just ease in, touch and go, touch and go. Bend and straight, bend and straight. And breathe. All right, so arms only, good way to start the warm-up. Okay, so now from the arms only, I'm going to go to slide. I'm going to start moving from a quarter slide, part of the way to half slide to 3/4 slide. So my slide starts when the arms are extended, past the knees, my knees bend. Quarter slide, I'm just bending a little bit and then straightening. Bending a little bit and then straightening. The arms create like a box for the knees to go in. As the legs straighten, my spine comes and sways back a little bit. As the arms go forward, my spine comes forward to 11 o'clock, 1 o'clock, and then my knees bend. So the hands are always moving in front of the knees before my knees bend. And then I gotta add that spinal alignment in, the whole mix. So kind of putting them all together. Right here is what we call the finish. Okay, and then we start the recovery with the arms. So the recovery process is going forward with the arms first, then the knees. When the legs straighten, that's part of the drive. Right now I'm a quarter drive. Arms, body, legs. Arms, body, legs. And then the kind of reverse is where it goes. Legs, body, arms. Legs, body, arms. Okay, so quarter slide, not much bend, getting the technique down. All right, once I've got a little more confidence with the technique, I'm going to go half slide, so more bend in the knees, same basic structure format. So it's legs, body, arms. Legs, body, arms. Arms, body, legs. And I gotta, again, continue to try to continuously move the arms and allow the spine to move in the right order with the legs. My shins aren't anywhere close to vertical. That's where I'm headed. Okay, 3/4 drive. I'm adding more bend, almost to where shins are parallel. And then I'm completing an almost complete drive. Hands lead the way. Hands, body, legs. Legs, body, arms. Trying to keep that mantra in mind as I go. A couple of things you see people do in error. Most common, knees first before the arms. So I'll demonstrate that now. Knees and then the arms. Knees before the arms. Before the arms are straight. Really common. And suddenly my knees are in the way of my recovery. Okay, that's one of the errors. Another error I'm going to demo is the arms. Let's get to the full slide, then we'll demo the arms. So full slide, I'm coming right to where the shins are roughly vertical. Okay, this is the catch. My spine, I tend to go too far forward. I got to make sure it's 1 o'clock. Arms are straight. Legs press through the toes. Legs straighten, and then the arms, then the body, then the arms. So let me go back to catch again. So legs straighten, then the body, then the arms. Power is being transferred from the legs to the arms on the drive. Common error is you catch, and then you bend, and then you straighten. Catch, bend, straighten. I've seen this recently in the gym, using a lot more arms. Actually, it tends to come higher when I do it. So the arms don't stay straight. You don't transfer the energy from the legs to the arms. It becomes a lot of upper body. So if I was doing correct, trying to go back to correct motion, arms stay straight until the legs, body, then arm, and then the arms. So let's start. Catch, legs, body, arms. Legs, body, arms. I gotta be sure not to go too far forward. It's vertical with the shins. Alright, so if I'm doing 1.5 minutes here, try to smooth out the motion of the chain. Hands lead the way, creating a box for the knees to go in and then out. If I want to go higher in intensity, I can press harder with the toes on the drive. My recovery should be a smooth, slower process than the drive. The drive is roughly twice as fast as the recovery. And I got to put it all together and try to avoid being too mechanical with the hands, but and also bring the intensity in my workout up. So if I'm at 22 right now, which I am, trying to keep the same technique, adding some extra speed on the drive. I'm going to increase the strokes per minute. And make sure I have a loose grip on the handles. Okay, I'm going to stop for a second. And I'm going to set up the monitor. So handle go to the hooks. Now take the straps, loosen those up, release my heels, take a breath, stretch it out if I need to. Okay. All right, so if I'm setting up the monitor, I'll go to menu back, and in this case I'm going to go to select workout. I'm going to go for a 1 minute work, 1 minute rest workout. So I'm going to go back a second. So I'm going to go to new workout, and I'm going to look for intervals time. That's my goal for this workout. So set time is your work time. So I'm going to keep going. 1 minute is good there. And then I'm going to set the rest time. Last one. We're good there. Optional pace mode for this. Not going to worry about that. And check mark. All right. So as soon as I start rowing, it's going to give me 1 minute of work up top. It's going to give me the pace every 500 meters, how long it would take me, how far I'm rowing, and then my strokes per minute pace. So I'm going to strap back in, tighten the straps back up, put the heels in, and I'm going to start slow, and just a little 3/4 slide, half slide, and then build to a full slide range of motion. So hands, body, legs. It happens so quickly, I'm in trouble trying to keep track sometimes. Hands in front of the knees. Now I gotta make sure my heels come up. Sometimes I got flexible hamstrings. I gotta make sure I'm pressing through the toes on the drive and those heels coming up. That's to remind me to do that. Also not to reach too far forward with my spine. So there's a project to think about, especially for beginners. So, beginning workout, I would do maybe about a 10-minute session once we got introduced in a 30-minute class. For our purposes here, if I want to increase that work, again, I would pull more intensity. I would slide faster, increasing the strokes per minute. Okay, so I did a minute of work. And now I'm on that rest phase. I'm trying to keep the same technique, which is very, very light and relaxed. Not as much pull and slower. I'm looking for pace on that interval, that work interval, because that'll give me an idea where I'm at for 500 meters. And if I was going up higher in intensity, I'd use that pace for the next round. It also gives me a stroke per minute where I was at. I want to maintain 20 to 24 for beginners. And 1 minute of recovery, light paddling. Trying to get focused on the technique. The hands, body, legs, body, arms. All right, so that's it for the 1 minute work, 1 minute slow. Talked about the arms going too soon, or when we're here, the legs going too soon. I'm going to take the straps off, dismount the heels. Okay, so I want to talk a little bit about after you're done with the rowing. I want to reset the damper setting down to 1. The chain, well, I'd wipe down surfaces, handle, especially seat and monorail, with typically a either water or a light, we have disinfecting applicators. And the monitor itself, you avoid squirting any kind of liquid into the light wiping down. If I'm replacing the handle, I want to place it here to preserve the stretch of the cable. As far as that goes, I can take it apart and put it in storage anywhere I want to. And hopefully this whole experience is fun and everybody has a good time in class. And we learn to row properly and we have healthy choices, lifestyles for the rest of our life. Thank you.